J and Michael Seegers here to play with you today. We're going to just let you know we've got something exciting coming. Michael, take it away.
Thank you, Laura. We're going to discuss the cosmic clock, and it's based on this book, Predict Your Future, Understand the Cycle of the Cosmic Clock. This is a teaching that was released by Mother Mary at Mount Shasta back in 1975. And it's an extraordinary science, and it's about how karma works in extraordinary detail and a way to understand the cycles of your oncoming karma and how to deal with it powerfully using the science of the spoken word and the decrees to the sacred fire and applying the 7 rays and a methodical understanding of the timing of when each tool is the proper tool to use.
Speaking of which, when I said that I really wanted to get an introduction to the cosmic clock, you let me know that that's something that normally doesn't happen right at the start, and we're reticent to do this message until a little later, though we're starting with just getting people's toes wet to start out with this. But speak into the significance of that for just a moment and your care for the students or the chelas of the Ascended Masters who are coming into this work and that want to understand the cycles, that want to understand themselves at a deeper level. Why do you care so much, Michael?
Well, let's start with we're all one. Or as the ancient Maya would say, I am another yourself. So what I do to another, I do to myself. And it only makes sense that you would care for another the way that you care for yourself. I've been involved with the teachings of the Ascended Masters for at least 40 years now. I've come to see some of the pitfalls on the path, some of the danger spots. And I feel a tremendous responsibility given that I'm in a position to assist others. I would not lead them into the poison ivy and the brambles. I would take them on the sure-footed path and keep them safe. And so there are aspects of this journey that involve greater degrees of self-mastery before one embraces and works with the tools that are available. So you wouldn't hand a chainsaw to an infant. And it's in that light that I take the care that I do in what I teach when I teach, so that I make sure that you master your kindergarten before I take you into the calculus at university level. Cosmic clock requires a tremendous diligence and commitment. And at the beginning, why would I want to overwhelm somebody and have them throw up their hands and go, this is too much for me, and watch them walk away, and then never get the benefit of the things we wanted to present in the beginning, which was the magic of the violet flame and things like that.
I knew the answer, but I wanted to make sure that you who are watching this message understand why everything that goes into the Michael and Laura show is carefully premeditated by Michael, who has been diligently working on a program, so to speak, that can introduce you to the teachings of the Ascended Masters in a very guided and supported way that helps you stay the course. And then some of the intros or the excerpts or the deviations that are taken in this series is because I have my hands in a lot of pots and like to bring it back and say, Michael, let's talk about this. And I learned about this. Can we go down there? So I've actually done a really interesting message about the ABCs of spirituality with addiction, beliefs, and chemistry. We have done the science of the spoken word. We've done the causal body, the electronic belt. We have done an intro to the ascended masters and the teachings themselves. So we're doing our very best to bring you the best, and we're not actually going to do it live today. We just wanted to come together and say, we're doing it now. And you're going to get to benefit from what we do behind the scenes, so to speak, by subscribing to Laura J.E. Hamilton on YouTube. And also, you can subscribe directly to the Shambhala Temple of Light website as well with our YouTube channel there. There's a beginner series at 7 p.m. where you're able to come and listen to the program Michael leads through the Shambhala Temple of Light as well. So there's so much here for you. There is support, there is love, there is wisdom, and there is care and consideration for your ability to maneuver that transition between who you were, who you're becoming, and ultimately everything that you can be in between. So Michael, any final words before we close off this Facebook Live?
You might want to mention we're building a space on MeWe, which is a social media platform alternative for people who would like to be a bit more free in their communication. They're not having that on Facebook anymore. So at MeWe.com, Shambhala Temple of Light is the name of the group you would search for. And in our files, I have a number of folders I've created. And the first one that you want to look at is the welcome folder. And then we have lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3. So I'm putting all the content in there, very systematic, very organized, for the new students to access. So more tools, more technology, more material and content combined with our YouTube channel. We almost have 200 videos up there now. So we're just producing content as fast as we can and making it available for the new students.
And when you say making the content, you have a lot saved from when Elizabeth Clare Prophet was alive and offered dictations that are then able to be passed on with the light codes imbued into the words as well, that people get to tune into when they listen to some of these recordings you're making. But ultimately, you're taking what exists and then repackaging it and putting it onto the Shambhala site, right?
Exactly. We have in our archive more than 10,000 hours of lectures and instructions from over 100 masters. And so I extract little gems and package them into morsels that you don't have to sit 4 hours to listen to a lecture. You can just get a 10 or 20-minute piece that you need and fit it in a way that makes sense. We go all the way back to the mid 1800s to Helen Blavatsky and the Theosophical Society, and I take material from that source. There's over 80 volumes that were published at the time. We take material from the St. Germain Foundation, material from Agni Yoga Society, Bridge to Freedom, and Summit Lighthouse. So we've got well over 100 years worth of material that we draw from. And yeah, just find the little good pieces and put them out there in a way that makes sense.
And it dawns on me that it would be a useful piece of information for people to be aware of when you were actually president of the Toronto Teaching Center, it was, and your role there as well, just to give some context that outside of the Shambhala Temple, you've also been a leader and someone who disseminated this ancient wisdom.
Well, that was 20 years ago, 21 years ago. I was asked by the members there to be their president for a term. They were requiring leadership at the time, and they saw that I had that, and so I served a term for about 18 months in which I received extraordinary training, and that really prepared me for the work that I'm doing today, which was when it began when I founded Shambhala Temple 12 years ago, and now we're becoming international in our outreach.
Amazing.
So I've been at this for a while.
You absolutely have. And so I just wanted to touch on that because I think it's a piece of information that others may not necessarily be aware of, but that shows the quality of the teaching that you are doing because of all of the studying you have done before this and all of what you have done in teaching others before you got here to teach those who tune in. So we're going to go and we're going to do the lesson on the introduction to the cosmic clock, and would absolutely love for you to be able to watch that on YouTube. So please do like, share, subscribe, and comment on the message to let us know what it means to you, what it means for you, and what you're going to do with it. And hopefully you will join us tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for the Shambhala Temple of Light broadcast for beginners before the more advanced session begins at 8, but beginners are able to dip in, do some decrees, get a lesson, and be able to be part of the energy of the Saturday night broadcast, and then be able to take that energy into the week with some added motivation.
I would add, Laura, that for people who are joining the broadcast for the first time, they are going to need the PDF with the program. It might be an idea to look at our website tutorial in our beginners class playlist on YouTube.
Yes.
And then they can access the program by downloading the PDF, which is on our website at shambhalatempleoflight.com. Click on the live stream and the program will be there for download. At least you'll have the words in front of you so you can participate with us during the decrees.
I'm just going to take you there so that it's very easy. And then it will hopefully be easier for more to actually do it. So this is the
Click on live stream.
Light. And you just go to where it says live stream. And then it takes you down here. And then right here, download PDF. This is where the Saturday night broadcast is. So you can actually just click right here. It should open a new tab, and that will give you the full program for the day. So you know that it is in fact tomorrow. And then these are the decrees. There's a dictation as part of it as well. So all of that is happening tomorrow, and you can get it right here at the ShambhalaTempleofLight.com website. So thank you very much for tuning in today, and we look forward to sharing more of what the masters have to say very soon. Michael Seegers, thank you.
Thank you, Laura.